Hi folks, it's Pastor Dave, and we're here with our Thursday Thoughts segment when we say goodbye to the gospel of the week past and say hello to the one coming up next Sunday. Now this last Sunday was All Saints' Day, when we talked about the importance of understanding that we are all saints and sinners at the same time, that we are broken but also beautiful and beloved by God. And this forms the basis for viewing each other together in community and viewing the entire world. And this is really critical because our society does not condition us to think like this. We are accustomed to protecting ourselves by building a wall around ourselves and calling people on one side of the wall good and blessed and holy, and people on the other side of the wall abandoned or unholy or wrong. The gospel from Matthew 5 clearly disallows this, but also it just plain doesn't work. I remember well 1999, the Columbine Massacre, the very first mass school shooting that came to public attention in the United States. Now, if you were aware during that time, you know that in the days after, there was a mad scramble to ask one simple question. Where were these kids' parents? What did they do wrong? How did they go wrong? What did they do that was bad in order to cause this? There seemed to be this mindset that if we could just identify how bad the parents were, we'd understand why the children went wrong. And if we didn't do the bad things that the parents did, then this would never happen to us and our kids. And people dissected that family and they dissected the situation. And guess what? All of that thinking didn't work. If you look at our history since, very little changed because of it. And the incidents did not stop. Viewing the world with suspicion and fear, wanting to categorize the universe into good people and bad people, doesn't create less fear or more goodness. It creates more fear and it hides the goodness. To this day, the first thing that people tend to scramble to defend, for instance, public shootings is, well, what did the person who got shot do wrong? The same happens with sexual assaults. The same happens with any failures in our lives. And the truth is, it's not a one-to-one correlation. The life doesn't work like somebody does something wrong and so this bad thing happens. Nor does it work like somebody does something right and then a good thing happens. Guess what? The world is broken and we're not going to be able to unbreak it wholly or make it perfect. Never will that correlation exist. Never will anything you do be able to protect you from your fears or the bad things in life. The only thing that lets us get through these moments is the assurance that we're still beloved and the assurance that we are still together. Ironically, the things that we deny each other when we build those walls, the things we deny each other when we forget that we are saints and sinners at the same time. Ask yourself how you're dealing with the world and its negative stimuli, and ask yourself what walls you're building between yourself and people who are suffering. And then you will know where your growth area is in understanding both their sainthood and your imperfection, and the place where you can meet, where God says to both of you, neither one of you is right, but both of you are beloved. If you want to take a look at the gospel coming up, it is Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 through 13. We will see you Sunday with that service. In the meantime, you can catch us at myboisechurch.org or on Facebook at SOV Boise.